will start today with our first speaker, Athanasia Houvarda. So Athanasia reminds everyone that virtual meetings have entered our life and are here to stay, like you are today with us. From the comfort of your home, we can travel anywhere in the world to present a speech, to deliver a keynote, to attend conferences and expand our networking. The possibilities are endless. Athanasia will be sharing through her speech titled Build a Wow Virtual Presence some points on how to look more professional behind our screens. So Athanasia Houvarda, Build a Wow Virtual Presence. Athanasia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Christina, and welcome everyone to the Build a Wow Virtual Presence webinar. I am Athanasia Houvarda, and I will share with you tips on how you can change your virtual presence from simple to professional. We are going to touch topics like screen setup, how to light up our stage, backgrounds, equipment, and of course, supportive material. Online meetings and even more online presentations when you are the speaker, they can be extremely intimidating. They can. There are also many things that you need to take into consideration before you go on to the virtual stage. To deliver your keynote speech, to deliver a speech in a meeting, a webinar, an online course, whatever you're presenting. I like to think of a presentation on the virtual stage as a puzzle. And each piece of this puzzle is important from your education, from your presentation, from connections, your idea that you want to spread with the world, the goals that you have in life, everything, and also the time that you have invested to get these pieces for your puzzle ready so they can put you in front of your audience. And you placed all these pieces one by one. But guess what? There are still pieces that are scattered around you, and they need to be placed on the puzzle to complete it. And remember, every puzzle is unique. Your puzzle is your presentation, your presence. Now, have you ever felt like you are juggling with too much while you are presenting behind the screen? I know I have. And I would really like to know if you ever felt the same way I did, because this picture really resonates with me. And I was wondering if you can guess what these 4 pieces of puzzle that this little guy is juggling with are all about. So please throw in the chat and I will check later if you have any ideas what these 4 pieces can be. So feel free to write in the chat, but I will give you a hint. Think of the things that you juggle with and you try to balance them when you are presenting on the virtual stage. These are the things that we are going to discuss and concentrate on with my presentation. So let's go to the first. Actually, I'm going to reveal, before I go to that, I'm going to reveal what we are going to speak about. So this might resonate with you more. So we are going to speak about keeping your audience engaged. We are going to speak about directing your virtual stage. We are going to speak about technological aspect of your presentation. And as a final point, of course, we are going to speak about presenting and the right use of supportive material. Now, does this picture make more sense? Yeah, I can see some people nodding. That's good. It does, because these pieces are necessary if you want to complete the puzzle that will give you a professional and wow virtual presence. And I have a question. Have you ever wondered, why on earth do we need to have a wow virtual presence? Why is it important? So let's find out why this is important, okay? Engage your audience. We all know that the content of our presentation is of utmost importance. This is why we spend hours and hours to prepare the content that will give value to our audience's time, correct? And even though your content might be engaging, you still notice people getting distracted, like so. So you want to work on the way that you present your content to make it easy for them to engage and also follow you. A very, very important skill for you as a speaker is the ability to read your audience's screen. Give me a thumbs up if you ever spend time observing what people do behind their screens. Anyone? No one? Yes, Frank, Christina, I see some thumbs up. Yes, we all do that. Have you ever noticed people, oops, I disappeared for a while, on their phone, speaking, texting, scrolling, people attending to the needs of their children or even their pets, maybe reading a book, writing on the keyboard, eating, drinking? Well, you know what? All these pictures in our mind and what we see behind the screen are signs that basically mean that our audience is losing interest. So this is a skill to have, the ability to read your audience. And now give it some thought. The same rule applies to your audience. They have the skill to read your screen even before you start presenting. And I want you to take a minute and look at your screen right now and think for a while, what does your screen say about you? Take a moment and see. Okay, so keep that thought and let's see what we can change at the end. So are you ready now to stage your space? You can be your own director when it comes to setting up your stage. And I will give you a few very important guidelines, and I will share with you some pictures to see the difference. Extremely, extremely important and easy actually to change. Have your camera on eye level. You hear this all the time. If you're using a laptop, just put it higher. Put some books underneath. If you're using a desktop, that means that your camera is an external camera, so you can just pick it up and find a way to keep it higher when you are standing and speaking to your audience. I'm going to share a video that I made yesterday when I was trying to find the right space for myself. So here goes. And you can see that I had my laptop lower, so I could see shadows on my neck, on my eyes, and a very unflattering view of my nose. Yes, don't laugh, we all been there. So then I sat down and I thought, yeah, I'm going to sit down and have my camera on eye level. And I did, but I didn't like my background. So I had a painting and I had the curtains, and it wasn't symmetrical. And then I had a few stuff on the floor, and then the radiator was at the back, which I was hiding with my body, and that was good. But still, I wasn't happy. It wasn't what I wanted. So then I said, okay, I've seen people having their camera higher than the eye level. Let's see how that works. I had a huge head and a small body. It doesn't work. The best is to have your camera on eye level. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna try some more, give it some try. So I stood up, I didn't like it again. Then I decided I need to sit down and maybe change where my camera is facing. So that's what I did, and kind of gave a good result, but I still wasn't completely happy. So the point is, it's good to try our options and see where is the right space for us according to the speech that we need to deliver. Okay. Now, another thing, and I'm going to share, okay, is we need to plan our space. Okay, according to the needs of your presentation. If you are going to use body movements, that will enhance your speech, then make sure that your audience can see them. Keep some distance from your camera so you have space to move around and show your audience what you want them to see. That's the point. Give it some thought before you set up your stage. A nice, simple background will not distract your audience. Bookcases are wonderful, they really are, but only if they are out of a magazine. That's the honest truth. So unless you have your books organized by size, by color, maybe even by writer, then you should consider setting up somewhere else. And if it's too difficult to find a quiet wall to use as a background, I highly recommend blurring your background or using the virtual background option that is available on Zoom. I see some smiling faces, I like that. And on other platforms, of course, you can use green screen. And I'm going to share a tip. Please, please, please try not to fall in the trap of using virtual backgrounds without a green screen, as this will possibly affect the way you look. See what I mean? You definitely don't want to look like the person that is on the top picture, correct? Give me some thumbs up if you agree so far. Excellent. Okay. So now your stage is set up, your camera is on eye level, you have the space that you need for your, the space you need for your body movements, and your background is not distracting. What's next? Lights. Okay, so bring in the lights, but not from your back. Please don't do this mistake. We all know the best light is natural light, but not many of us have natural light coming in the room from a huge window that is placed right behind our desk and behind our camera. That would be ideal. I wish we did, but not everyone has this option. And let's share another slide. I want you to see this slide, and I want you to see how the setup is. So aim the lights so that they are facing you, place them a little bit higher than eye level. And you know what that will do? It will help eliminate the black circles under your eyes that give you the raccoon look, and also the double chin, you know, the shadows. So tweak it until you create a lighting situation that makes you look healthy and vibrant. You can see in the image here how the lights should be placed, and I can share it with you later if you want. But why are lights critical for your virtual presence? Light is important because your audience can see your facial expressions and they can connect with you while you try to convey your message. They are reading you through your screen, and if they can't connect, they will soon get bored and they begin to study other people while they're listening or waiting just for the next interesting thing to take place. So stay connected with them. If they see your face, they can stay connected with you. So another tip is always be aware of your facial expressions even before you go on the virtual stage. Let's say that you're waiting for the previous presentation to end. People will check you out before you go on the virtual stage. They know who you are, they know who the speaker is, they're going to check out your screen. So always have that thought in your mind and be aware. So use your facial expressions even before you start speaking. Now, what's the next? Remember the third piece of the puzzle? Anyone? Maybe the most important and intimidating of all, technology, our fear. So are you equipped to present a professional speech presentation? Now let's see, if you have a reliable internet, you have a laptop, you have a desktop, you have a camera and a microphone, then guess what? You have everything that you need. However, there's always room for improvement. So you can upgrade your presentation by investing on a better camera and maybe a better microphone if you feel that you need to, so you can appear more professional. And I'm going to break down a myth about equipment. Expensive is not always better. And this comes from personal experience. Now I have two microphones. The one that cost me less than 50 euros is way better and way easier to use than the one that I'm using right now, which costed me twice as much. On the other hand, the camera that I use now, which leans onto the expensive side, is way better than the one that I had before. Now I'll show you the difference. So brace yourself, because this is powerful. Look at that. Crazy, yeah? It's mind-blowing. So quality, video quality makes a difference. And I'm going to quickly share the camera that I'm using now for my presentation. So I'm going to turn it off because I'm so excited and I want to show it to you. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to take it from my laptop and I'm going to show you. So you see, this is my camera. And the amazing thing about it is that it clips on the screen and you can adjust it. You can bring it down so you have it right in the center of your screen and you can see everyone while you're looking directly into their eyes. Amazing. I love it. So for those who are interested in this camera, the name is Sender Cam. Okay, let's turn it on because we don't like the one that I had before. Better, okay. Okay, I need to adjust it. See, these minor details make all the difference. So another tip that I want to share with you is always read the reviews before you purchase something, especially if there are reviews available there. Read them. Now, something that needs to be mentioned is how useful it is to download and use free software that is available for all Mac and all Windows users. Some of you might know that I really enjoy OBS, and this is how I'm presenting today. And I have been using OBS even when I'm moderating meeting, when I'm presenting awards, and when I'm a speaker. I really enjoy using it. It requires a lot of time and preparation. But guess what? If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's up to you to decide how professional you want to appear on the virtual stage and how important it is for you to engage your audience and connect with them. There are many tutorials available online, of course, that will guide you step by step so you can prepare the presentation that you need according to the software that you downloaded. And if you want to know how I used this slide that comes in and out, it's through OBS, just send me a message and I can show you. I can send you a recording. And it is easier than you might think. Yes, Angeliki, send me a chat. I'll send you the recording. Now, this takes us to the final piece of the puzzle, presenting on the virtual stage. And I will mention two of the most common mistakes that speakers do when they are presenting. The prime mistake that a speaker does when presenting is not looking directly into the camera. We have all seen it and we know how it feels. Speakers looking at their notes, reading and squinting sometimes. Oh, they're looking at the audience. I'm looking at Frank. Hi, Frank. I'm looking directly at you right now. Can you feel it? No. Can you feel it now? Hi, Frank. So if you want to make eye contact with your audience and you want to see them into their eyes, look directly into your camera. This is the only way to make eye contact. I know it's hard to do and it takes practice because you might be losing reaction, or you feel like you're losing the reactions, you feel like you're not engaging with them. But another thing that I want you to know, you are on the virtual stage for your audience, and making eye contact is keeping them engaged. So what I would suggest is 80 to 90% of the time that you are spending presenting on the stage, look directly into your camera. You can occasionally, of course, glance away to your notes or maybe to see reactions, but 80 to 90% look directly into your camera. And I think I had a slide about that. Oh yeah, here it is. See, so it's the one person in the center, but everyone has direct eye contact with the person, the presenter. Now, the second most common mistake involves the supportive material that we share. Now, maybe you need supportive material like slides to help you convey your message. But if you read word for word off your slides, please think about your audience. Your audience doesn't need someone to read the slides for them. They need someone to connect what they see on the slides with what you are trying to convey to them. By reading your slides, you are actually disconnecting. Your audience will lose engagement. Your audience will get distracted. And then all of a sudden, you have lost them completely, and it's very difficult to get them back. What you can do instead is ask yourself, do I really need slides for this presentation? Maybe I just need a few keywords. Maybe I just need a few main points. Maybe a few slides that are important because I need visual, but I don't need slides the entire time. Another way to engage your audience is using a picture. They say a picture says 1,000 words. So show the picture and say the words. Don't display the words and read them off your slide to paint the picture in their head. It doesn't work this way. What I really want to mention about supportive material is the way we share them with our audience. Zoom is a great platform. It gives us two options to share our screen. I don't know if you're all aware of the two ways. Give me a thumbs up if you all know both ways of sharing your PowerPoint. No one? Eleftheria knows, Frank knows. Joanna is amazed. Okay, great. So one way is to share your screen and have your video like so, to have it on another small screen next to your presentation. But what happens with this option is that you rely on your audience's technological skills. So they can adjust your video and your presentation equally on their screen. That happens on speaker view. And trust me when I say that not many people know how to do that. So when your audience can't really see you, they disengage. Also, with this option, unless you find the settings that take a while to change them while you're presenting, you can't see your audience either, so you disengage. The result is not good. Now, the second option Zoom offers, and you can find it if you select the advanced option, is to share your PowerPoint as your virtual background. And I will repeat myself, and I will say again that unless you have a green screen, it is very unlikely that you will get the results that you are hoping for. So here comes the big question that I always get. What can I do, Athanasia? I need to share slides. My personal preference is OBS, as you can tell. My opinion is that it makes the experience more interesting for my audience and less distracting and more engaging. Give me a thumbs up if that's true, or if I'm just fooling myself. Okay, excellent. So when I present, I prefer to use gallery view. I see everyone right now. I see my video. I check everything, if everything is working. I know my content well. And the best part, I can see you. I can really see you and connect with you. The virtual stage needs more energy. That is true. It needs more practice and it needs more preparation. But we all know that practice makes perfect. Yes, it is challenging to be heard. Yes, it is challenging to be understood. And more importantly, it is challenging to influence when you are standing behind a screen. But yet, it is not impossible. You, my friends, you, the speakers, you are a superhero. And you know why? Because your words and your presence have power. That's your power. So if you're looking to be a better presenter, if you're looking to build a wow virtual presence, what I mentioned are some of my recommendations that will help you to get from simple to professional level with minor effort and low cost. But first thing first, embrace the change, embrace the virtual world because it's here to stay. So thank you everyone for your attention, and I hope that next time you have a wow virtual presence to show us. Back to you, Christina. Thank you very much.